Ready for the video?
Of course.
Let's do it.
Yeah, they're very dangerous, especially the small ones.
He said it's going to sting you. Well, it stung him.
I do agree.
Scorpion does know better.
Exactly, they're just animals.
So similarly…
I really enjoyed how he kept talking about being very wise and has a lot of insight and experience on how life works and basically on stuff that he…
Present practice. What's conscious? This is Vish and
Ryan.
And today we'll be responding to Sadhguru's video on
Make the most of these challenging times.
My name is Vish and I'm an aspiring yogi, love all things meditation, yoga, and wisdom based. Super grateful to have
Ryan Trevino
on the show. Want to introduce yourself?
I'm Ryan Trevino. I go to the Air Force Academy and I'm just out here having a good time. It's a beautiful day out and just, grateful to be alive.
I love that, man. Thank you so much for sharing. Thanks for being here. And have you heard of Sadhguru before?
I have not.
How would you describe your method for dealing with challenging times in life?
A lot of times I attack challenges as how I can make the adversity push me to be better. So a lot of ways I've made adversity push me to be better this year was working out and spending my time focusing on what my eventual goals are.
Love that, man. Thank you so much for sharing. And with that,
Let's get into the video.
There was a guru who went early morning to have a dip in the river. So his disciple went with his clothes, standing there, not wanting to keep the clothes down. As he was taking a dip in the river, he saw a scorpion floating on the water, struggling because scorpion is not a swimming creature. The guru picked up the scorpion. The disciple started screaming, "It is a scorpion, it's poisonous, drop it, drop it."
that is dangerous, right?
The guru
Scorpion?
carried it
Yeah, they're
towards
very
the bank.
dangerous, especially the
He
small
said, "It's
ones.
going to sting you." Well, it stung him. The disciple started screaming, "I told you it will sting you, and you're still carrying it. Drop the damn thing." The guru just carried it. It stung him again. The disciple started jumping around with agitation. And by the time he brought it to the bank, 3 times it stung him. Then he let it go on the bank. The disciple continued screaming, "I told you 3 times he bit, do you know it's poisonous?" all this stuff. Guru said, "Wait. The scorpion is doing what it knows best. I'm doing what I know best. Just shut up and do what
Do
you
you
know
agree?
best."
I do agree.
Scorpion does know better.
Exactly, they're just animals.
So similarly, we remain as dynamic as the virus. It's very dynamic. It's doing its job really well. We must do ours very well as human beings. Scorpion in this life has no opportunity to evolve into a parrot or into an eagle or into a human being. No such opportunity for him. So he will go and do his stuff. You, possible 10% improvement you can do. Yes. How situation is going to be, how bad or good it is going to be, we don't know. We don't have to paint a picture that we don't know anything about yet. But the important thing is to be geared in such a way, whatever the damn picture, you will be a good part of that picture. That much we can do. Physically, mentally, emotionally, energy-wise, and our competence, another 10% improvement. Because the price that you're paying for something very simple, like you have emotions about everything. Somebody says something, you will become like this, somebody does something that you don't like, you will become like that. Now, once you have this, you don't know what it's costing you in terms of your life. It is taking away the very possibility of your existence. If we consider what is happening because you have no control over your thought process, no control over the energetic system and your body, the physiological, psychological, emotional compulsions are completely taking away the possibility of being human itself for most human beings. They are still, taking themselves backward in evolution, operating out of instincts and compulsiveness. I'm saying 10% improvement if you do, in your experience it feels like you've gotten enlightened. Others may not still see that way, but you will feel suddenly, wow. Yes, to change the patterns of your thought and emotion, just the online program will do. If you imbibe the essence of what it is, which is very simple, any fool can get it. That's the kind of language it's been spoken in and presented. If you get 10% of the online program, 10% improvement in your balance and stuff will happen. It's that simple.
So Ryan, after watching this video, what are your first thoughts?
I really enjoyed how he kept talking about being insightful and really soaking in the moment, even at the hardest times. And so you're able to use that adversity and those challenges to really mold and create energy to push you in the right direction rather than steer in the wrong path.
That's a great takeaway, man. I think it definitely goes in line with what you were saying earlier, right? With, you working out, you challenging yourself and doing stuff like that. So I love that perspective. And what are your thoughts on the guru itself after watching him?
I think he's very wise and has a lot of insight and experience on how life works and basically on stuff that he does himself to make him feel enlightened or to have a better sense about himself. And I think especially in today's day and age with, COVID and everything we've been going through this past year, I think he feels a sense of tranquility and peace within himself, knowing that these times too shall pass and we'll be able to push forward and use this moment to, I guess, make a better version of ourselves.
So Ryan is actually spitting a lot of wisdom right here. I love that. This shall too pass is actually a very powerful phrase I actually connect with all the time. And when things are difficult, when things are… The way I view it actually is when things are really fun, it might seem like a bummer thing to say, like this shall too pass, but it's the truth, right?
Yeah.
And that in turn will help you enjoy it so much more because you're like just living in the moment. Whereas when things are difficult, you'll still tell yourself the same thing. Tell yourself that this shall too pass, and that way you don't get stuck with it. Does that make sense?
Yes. I mean, we're not promised tomorrow, so we have to enjoy today. That's why it's called the present. It's a gift.
Man, loving what he's sharing, the wisdom, it's great. And were there any things from the video that you didn't understand or maybe didn't agree with? Again, it's an open platform here.
I think one thing initially was confusing was the scorpion analogy. Really, at first, I was kind of not sure where he was going with it, but then I kind of realized he was talking about use what you can control in a situation that seems uncontrollable. Like he was saying, the scorpion, he kept stinging him, and that would have been very painful and potentially very dangerous. But at the end of it, the guru was wise enough to say, the scorpion can't control that. Those are his innate reactions. So if we don't act out of instinct, we're able to accomplish a lot more.
Again, perfectly well said, man. I feel like there's not much for me to add in terms of what you're saying. That was really well said again. And going off of that, what I've learned in general is that life is here not to make you happy, but it's here to challenge you, right? And it's through these challenges that you grow and you get stronger. And I mean, just as an example, he's strong and he lifts and I lift too. Without your muscles getting that tension, getting that pain, you're not going to get stronger. I think the same thing applies to life. What are your thoughts on that?
In order to build upon something new, something has to break initially. And a lot of things like the deconstruction of buildings and stuff like that, well, people would realize, oh, that's destruction, but also that's a new area for something to grow. And I think that it's really powerful to look at senses of, sadness and pain, to use those moments and realize you're experiencing emotion, and you can use that emotion to go help others whenever they experience these type of things.
Perfect, man. Again, super well said. And any last piece of advice for those watching that are in difficult times right now? What's your advice to them?
I would say that you're not alone. Read a book, listen to someone, go talk to someone, even a stranger. I mean, Vish, today is my first time meeting you, and I already know we can sit down and have a great conversation. But don't be so scared to be open to other people.
Thank you, man, Ryan, for sharing that. Again, super amazing advice. and check him out. Remind the viewers where can they find you again?
They can find me on Instagram. My tag is Trevino_of_course, and you can find me on Snapchat and Twitter as well. So yeah.
Awesome. And all the stuff will be down below. And if you have any other video reaction requests, you can also comment down below. For those of you all watching, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button and the like button, I'll be super grateful. With that, make a great day, take it joyful, and stay conscious. Awesome job, man.
Awesome.
You did great.
Thank you.